All right, let's jump into a thought experiment that starts off small, but trust me, it ends up bigger than, well, bigger than the entire universe. So here's the big question we're tackling today. What if you started growing 1 centimeter every single second, and you never, ever stopped? The results are, well, they're more insane than you can possibly imagine. Okay, so let's start this journey off on a scale we can all understand, a human scale. But you're about to see just how fast things get completely out of control right from your own front door.
The crazy part is just how fast this all kicks off. I mean, think about it. After only 1 minute, you're already 60 centimeters. That's about 2 feet taller. Give it 15 minutes and bam, you're 10 meters tall. You're literally bursting through the roof of a 3-story townhouse. And in just 2.5 hours, yeah, you're looking down on the Statue of Liberty. And right away, you've got a massive problem. At 10 meters tall, you're not just big, you're heavy. We're talking a literal ton. You've basically become a walking disaster zone. Every single step you take cracks the pavement. And forget about leaning on a building for support, it's just gonna crumble. Now, in the real world, this is where things would come to a messy end. There's this little thing called the square cube law, and what it means is, as you get taller, your mass goes up exponentially, so your bones, they just shatter, and your organs would literally cook from the inside out. Yeah, it's a pretty gruesome reality check.
But come on, where's the fun in letting physics ruin our thought experiment? So for this to work, we're just gonna have to, well, we're gonna have to ignore it. Let's just toss the laws of physics aside for a bit and keep this thing going. All right, moving on. In this next stage, you're way past being just a tall person. Now you're basically a kaiju, a giant monster, a city-level threat, whether you want to be or not. Whoa, just look at that number. 195 kilometers per hour. That's faster than most high-speed trains. And guess what? That's how fast you can run now. And to put that into perspective, once you're as tall as the Eiffel Tower, your strides are so massive you could literally sprint from New York to Paris in just about 30 hours. You could run across the Atlantic. Get this, after only 10 days of this relentless growth, you're pretty much the same height as Mount Everest. You're standing above the clouds, at the same altitude as commercial jets. The highest peak on Earth isn't a challenge anymore. It's just below you. Of course, being this big comes with some, let's call them existential problems. Breathing becomes like trying to suck a thick milkshake through a tiny straw, because the air is so thin. Your stomach is the size of a football stadium, so good luck finding enough food. A blue whale, to you, that's now the size of a hot dog. And you're literally stumbling over entire mountain ranges. Oops. Okay, so we've officially outgrown our own planet. The scale is about to get a whole lot bigger. We're not talking about mountains anymore. We're talking about planets, moons, and even stars. This is where the timeline just gets mind-bending. In just 116 days, your head crosses the Kármán line. You're in space. Fast forward to 15 months, and the International Space Station is just zipping past your eyeballs. But look at this. After only 40 years, you are as tall as the entire planet Earth. You're not on the world anymore. You are a world. Wait a bit longer, say about 1,200 years, and you become a literal bridge between worlds. Your feet are still on Earth, but your head, it's touching the surface of the moon. I guess, in theory, someone could just take a very, very long walk up your leg to get to the moon. All right, let that next number sink in. 1.38 million kilometers. That is a truly cosmic scale, and that's our next big milestone. So in just 4,400 years, you hit the diameter of the sun. You are now so unbelievably massive that your own gravity starts to bend the solar system. The planets, they're not just orbiting the sun anymore, they're orbiting you and the sun. You've just turned our solar system into a binary star system. You're not just a giant anymore, you've become a star. And now, we enter the final act. We're leaving behind anything that's even remotely comprehensible. We're now entering a realm where time is measured in eons, and your size is measured in light years. The numbers from here on out are just staggering. After about 476,000 years, you're so big you stretch from the Earth to the sun. That's 1 astronomical unit. After 9.5 million years, you're bigger than the largest star we've ever found. And then, after 3 quadrillion years, you are as wide as the entire Milky Way galaxy.
billions of stars, planets, entire civilizations are now just floating around inside of you. 93 billion light years. That's it. That's the finish line. The diameter of everything we can see. The observable universe. After a length of time so long, it's basically meaningless. We're talking 2.8 sextillion years. You finally stop growing. And why do you stop? Simple. There's nothing left to grow into. You've reached the edge of the observable universe. You're so massive that you define your own space-time. You are the universe. But just imagine the sheer, crushing loneliness of it all. The amount of time it would take for you to get that big is so immense that by the time you're there, everything else would be gone. Stars would have burned out. Galaxies would have drifted away into nothing. Protons themselves would have decayed. And yet, there you would stand, completely and utterly alone. So, that leaves us with one final, haunting question. After this unbelievable journey, after you've outgrown everything that ever was or could be, what are you? Are you a cosmic giant, a marvel of existence? Or are you just a lonely god in an empty universe?